Alright, so for the past 2 years, I've been making a series where at the end of each month, I would talk about all the games that I played during that month. But I said I was going to stop doing that and instead just make one video every quarter of the year. That way, there'd just be 4 videos instead of 12, and I would have more to talk about in each one. Because sometimes there'd be a month where I just didn't really play anything, and the video is kind of pointless. So now that the first quarter of 2026 is already finished, I'm going to be talking about the stuff that I've played this year so far. There's a decent amount of stuff on here. I'm going to talk about as much of it as I can, because some of it I didn't finish, but I want to make sure the video is long enough. And yeah, I did have to make a list, because there's no way I would remember everything I played if I did not. So on the 3rd of January, I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare on veteran difficulty. I don't know, I just wanted to start my year off with a Call of Duty campaign, a classic one. And I'm talking about the 2007 game, by the way, not the 2019 game. It was a very fun level of difficulty, a very balanced veteran difficulty, unlike Call of Duty World at War, which I did last year. There was only like 2 or 3 difficult parts, one of them being one shot, one kill. Yeah, that shit is brutal. It's just an infinite amount of enemies spawning, grenade spam, like genuinely more grenades than in Call of Duty World at War. That bit was terrible. No fighting in the war room is a mission that was also quite tough the first time playing through it, because there's just so many enemies that can one-shot you. And you're on a time limit, I believe, so if you're too slow, you're actually not even going to make the objective in time, which makes it even worse. And then the final part that was really difficult was Mile High Club. It's like a bonus mission. I wanted to do it because it had an achievement tied to it. It's also a time trial. I made a whole video on this, but you have to get to the end of the plane, pretty much, take out all the enemies, and rescue the VIP, and it's a very strict time on veteran difficulty. So yeah, I finished that on January 4th, and then also on January 4th, I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered all the way through again and finished it on the same day. Same difficulty, Mile High Club, I did that again as well. I wasn't even collecting all the achievements, I just wanted the ones for the campaign on the hardest difficulty, so I just did it all again in one day. Just while all the enemy placements were fresh in my mind on all the levels, I just wanted to get it done quickly, and that's what I did. On the 7th of January, this isn't even a game, but I consider it a game just because of how much time you have to put into it. I started the Heavyweight Savage tier in Final Fantasy XIV. Again, it's not a game, it's a series of raids, but they take more time to learn than some games take to beat. This was an absolutely brilliant Savage raid tier, but I have to say all of the raid tiers from Dawn Trail were great. I think the first one was probably the weakest. Cruiserweight was the best overall, I think. But Heavyweight had probably my favorite fight of all of them, that being phase 2 of M12S. This was such a fun raid to do, and half of it is like one big mechanic. Idyllic Dream. It's made up of like 2 different dimensions and different mechanics going on in each one of them, and he'll constantly switch back and forth between them, and you've got to kind of remember what you were doing in them. He'll show you what's happening, and then he'll swap dimension. You've got to continue doing whatever you were doing there. Then he'll go back to the other dimension, and you need to remember what you were doing and continue it. And it's kind of like that back and forth until the end. And I've got a pretty shit memory, so I had to make some macros that I could press just so that I could remind myself what I'm even doing. Because some of the stuff you have to remember is minutes apart from actually happening. That was probably my favorite Savage fight of all of them so far in Dawn Trail, but they've all been really good. Next up, I played Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted on my 2nd channel with VR. It's a pretty good game. It pretty much remakes the first 3 games in VR, and I think it's a pretty fun way of experiencing it. It's quite scary as well, seeing them actually tower over you. Like, you get a really good sense of scale of how big they actually are. I remember saying in one of my earlier FNAF 2 videos that if I was here as the guy, the security guard, I'd get the baseball bat out. I'd start defending myself against these animatronics. No, I wouldn't. Not after seeing them that huge in front of me. I wouldn't be doing anything. I would just accept my fate. So that was a good game. And it's also got some other mini games as well that were pretty damn scary. And yeah, I didn't like the DLC though. I played the DLC. I didn't really like it that much. I got a bunch of motion sickness, and it's recycles one of the mini games that I actually hated from the base game. So I did a few things in it, but yeah, the game itself was fun. Then I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original version, on veteran difficulty. And unlike the other one, I did not actually go and play the remastered version after that. I still need to go and do that at some point. I think overall this was probably the easiest one so far that I've played on the max difficulty. There was like 1 or 2 parts, again, kind of hard and annoying. It's not easy. You still have to make sure you're not running out into the open unless you've got smoke grenades. That was my strategy for some of the levels. Just toss smoke grenades and run and just pray for the best. But overall, very fun experience. Again, one of the best Call of Duty games, so I was happy to play through that again. 16th of January, I started Dark Souls Remastered, finished it on the 17th of January, did the DLC again, just had a replay of the game. I replay this all the time. It's nothing worth talking about at this point. I will say though that I didn't really play through, I can't remember when I last played the DLC before this. It might have even been last year, actually. I normally don't play the DLC, but I think I actually did the last time I played the game as well, which was only a few months ago. Then I started Pokemon Platinum on the 3DS. I never finished this. I got to like Sunny Shore, so I'm going to go back to it. But I just got distracted from it with other things, especially when Leaf Green came out, because I kind of wanted to play that. I haven't even played Leaf Green because we're trying to get a shiny Charmander and we still haven't gotten that, so I didn't even play the game. I played Lego Lord of the Rings as well. I need to actually finish that at some point because same reason I was distracted with other games. Then I played Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach on my second channel. I only just recently finished that. It was alright. It wasn't my favorite FNAF game. I'm playing through the whole series on my second channel. I have been for the past 6 months. You know, I appreciate what they were trying to do with the open map. At some points, it feels like that you're in the back rooms because everything just looks the same. And you're just like, oh yeah, where's this thing again? I kind of forget. And I don't know. But it was okay. It wasn't as bad as some people were saying. I don't even know if I'll have the DLC video out, but I have played that as well. And that will be going out over the next few days at some point. I'm also playing Crash Team Racing on my Wumpa Lewis channel, the original. Completing it fully just for a chill little series, getting the platinum relics. It's not really been hard at all. It's actually been quite good. There's been a couple platinum relics that were actually a little close, but that's really about it. It's not a very difficult game, but then again, I've played it too many times to say that at this point. Then on the 27th of February, Resident Evil Requiem came out, and I absolutely loved this game. I played through it 4 times. I got the Platinum Trophy, but I could have gotten it in 3 playthroughs. I just remember I was doing my no healing and my... what was the other one? No healing and no blood collecting playthrough on the same one as my speed run, and I finished it in like 4 hours and 1 minute or something like that. And I didn't have a save close enough to go back and save that amount of time to finish it. So that was kind of annoying, but I didn't mind because it was a fantastic game. I genuinely loved it all the way through. It's like the first part with Grace is quite scary. Playing it on subsequent playthroughs, not so much, because you realize just how many of the encounters are scripted. But the first time playing through it, it was phenomenal. It was genuinely a very scary experience. And then you also get the flip side of it where you're playing as Leon and nothing is really scary, because you are the thing to be afraid of. And so it's a nice balance of you get the best of both worlds pretty much. You get the horror experience when you're playing as Grace, but then when you're playing as Leon, you can just blast through everything and it's just a bunch of fun. I really liked it a lot, and I cannot wait for any kind of DLC that this game is going to get at some point. Then while I was on my Resident Evil, I wanted more Resident Evil, I played through RE3, the OG version, for the first time. I haven't played any RE3 before this, the remake, the OG, none of it. So I started with the OG game and thought it was fantastic. There was like 2 encounters with Nemesis that I thought were kind of frustrating, because I'm not good at dodging in that game. There's a dodge mechanic and I'm not really good at it at all. I'm pretty sure I could run away from it. I didn't know though, I just tried fighting him. And sometimes he'll knock you down, and while you're in the animation of getting back up, he'll just fucking bully you and destroy you. You can't do anything about it, or at least I couldn't figure out a way of getting out of it. But overall, the game was great. I loved it. I want to replay it again. I've started watching speed runs of the game, and I'm also going to be playing the remake of RE3 soon. I was going to move on to RE2 because I've not played the OG or remake of that either, but I'm actually not going to. I want to play more RE3 for the time being, then I'll move on to 2. Spyro the Dragon, I started that. A lot of people on that channel were shocked to find out that I have never played a Spyro game before, so I'm playing through that on live stream. I've nearly finished it. I need 1 more stream to complete it. It's a very relaxing game. If you game over, it doesn't mean anything because you don't lose any progress in the level itself, so you can just test things out, try and make certain jumps and stuff like that, and not really care at all if you die or not. So I'm having a lot of fun on that. There's been like 2 levels that have had some pretty funny secrets, or actually a bit of difficulty to them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing through, or finishing that, and then playing through more of the games in the series. RE5, again, I want to play more Resident Evil, so I started Resident Evil 5. I've not finished this one yet, but I am on like chapter 5 or something like that. It's fun, it's like very much action oriented instead of horror. Chris Redfield has absolutely gigantic biceps. Like, he's on something. I don't know what he's on. And that's one of my takeaways from the game so far. That's the way I'll describe it. It's not scary at all. It's just fun. And I think I've nearly completed that. Crimson Desert came out like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and I've started playing that. Now, I'm actually enjoying it, but a couple days after it came out, they released a huge patch that fixed a lot of issues and basically just improved the game quite a bit. Again, I think I'm on like chapter 6. I've been doing some side stories as well, side quests and all that kind of stuff, exploration, clearing out these huge camps that have just thousands of enemies in them that keep respawning. It's been fun. And then just yesterday, they released another huge patch that has further improved the game even more with lots of quality of life changes and mounts and stuff. And I've actually just decided that I'm not going to continue playing the game for now, because I feel like if I just come back in 3 months or 6 months or something, they're going to have so many updates to the game that it's going to be completely different for the better. Like, I'm enjoying it now, but the more they keep changing and improving, I just feel like I'm going to continue my save file in like 3 months. I have to say, they are doing a really good job at improving the game, and they're doing it very quickly too. Again, the game's been out for like a week and they've already released 2 huge patches fixing things. And the last thing that is on here is Final Fantasy X. I only started this yesterday. I've already played through it before, but I'm starting a new playthrough to get the Platinum Trophy. It's going to be a massive grind, and it's going to take a while to complete it, but I want to replay the game. It's been a few years since I played it, and I love this game. And thankfully, it doesn't seem like a very difficult Platinum Trophy, just a very grindy one. There's not many missable items, for example, that you have to make sure that you're being very careful not to get locked out of something. Because I've done the Final Fantasy IX Platinum, and there's certain things where if you miss them, you can't get them again. Thankfully, this seems like it'll be a bit more fun. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I played this year so far. Let me know down below which games you've played this year so far, if you can even remember all the things that you played. Again, I had to make a list because there's no way I'd remember everything. You can also recommend games down below, and I'll try and get to them over the next few months. I'll give you a few things that I want to play this year. I don't know if I'll get to them by the next video or not, but I want to get into Nier. I want to get to that because I've experienced a bit of it, because there's a whole collaboration with Final Fantasy XIV. Metal Gear Solid, I want to play those games. Devil May Cry as well, I want to get into that. Again, I don't know if I will, because I'm still getting into Resident Evil, and I want to play more of those games. And fuck knows what else I'm going to play, I have no idea. But yeah, let me know down below if you've got any recommendations for things that I should check out. That being said, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Definitely subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you all in my next video.